Hello, here's a quick tutorial on how to use a ski generator that I recently built as the community had requested and wanted to make an animated ski lift. So first thing we need to make sure is in our assets editor folder with a capital E, we have our ski lift generator.cs file existing. Under assets, we would want to make sure our ski lift content ski lift controller.cs file is existing. Both of those can be found on my GitHub at GABAOD. Everything will also be in the comments below. So to get this to work, what we do is once those two files are in their proper locations, we go to Tools and we go to Ski Lift Generator. First thing I would want to recommend is with this being an open window here, if you were to export your mod after doing and defining all these values, it will clear all these values. If you want to save all the values that you define, just drag this tab up here into up here. So it's just say up here. So as long as it's not in a window, it will save all these values after you export. So how this works here is, as you see, you have a blue box. That's your start point and your end point. How it works is your start point is in this corner and your end point is in that corner. So we're going to just kind of define this, turn to a little bit into the offset of here. We're going to change the end point here to go really far along the map here. And this one will go around 1500 meters. So this will create this chairlift from this point all the way to this point. So you can go a straight line, diagonal, however you want to. Just define these values to be what you want. Next thing we want to do is add our chair prefab. Our chair is right here. So I'm going to just drag it up there. We're going to add our tower prefab, which is our ski tower right here. We're going to use terminals. Terminals is pretty much allows you to bring the cable down to the ground where a normal ski lift terminal would be to have users come onto the ski lift. So we're going to add two terminals. You can choose to do one or both. That's pretty much the first tower 0, or terminal 0 would be at the beginning, terminal 1 would be at the end. So we're going to just drag our terminal objects up here. And just let's see how it looks just with not defining any of the settings. Everyone's object and model and terrain and everything is going to be a little bit different. So let's just see how it looks on mine naturally with not defining any stuff. So we just hit generate ski lift. As you see here, you got this pink line, that's your cable. As you see all those little dots here, these are my chairs. And somewhere around here, if I go down and go to my tower and hit F, you can see here's my tower kind of laying on the ground. If I go to my terminal, hit F, as you see, it's kind of facing the wrong rotation. So with my models, what I need to personally do is change my chair rotation to 270. I need to change my tower rotation to 278, both on the X. And this terminal, I need to change to both 90 on their Y-axis. So if we just quickly want to see how that looks, we can just hit clear lift, hit generate, and then we can just quickly, if you go choose one of these, you can go ahead and choose it. If you hit F, it zooms you right in, and now as you see, my tower is upright. It looks a little tiny, so there's a lot of stuff we still need to edit here. My chairs look kind of tiny too, and they're a little hanging above the cable there. That's not proper. So let's go ahead and change our chair scale up to like 14. Let's change this Y offset to about like, oh, let's say -12 might be correct. I don't know. Let's change our tower scales really big. So we'll go up to like 30 or so. Let's make our ski terminal a little bit bigger as well to 2. And then let's just clear everything and regenerate it. Zoom back in, and now as you see, our towers are much bigger. Our chairs are a little bit bigger as well. Our terminal is facing the right way. The cable is going around it. It's going through all these wheels. Everything's looking pretty good there. So that's just fine for now. I mean, obviously, the chairs, the Y offset, we could fix it a little bit more. That's not proper. So let's just go ahead and clear this. Let's go down about to like -16, let's say, and generate it. Zoom back in, and you see the chairs have moved down closer to the cable. It needs to go down a little bit more, but this is just for reference, showing you how this all works. Not trying to be perfect or anything. So if we want to make this a little bit more customized to us, what we can do here is under our ski lift parent object that it created, let's go grab this tower here, and let's go ahead and just move it. Let's go drag it over here. Let's just drag it over here. And let's say this tower here, we want to make sure we get the whole object, not just a part of it, but the whole object. And let's just move this one over here and this one a little over here. So now everything's just a little bit different. Sure, it's not going to auto-define these onto the terrain because you're manually moving them. When it generates it, it will be right onto the terrain. If you manually move them, you're going to have to make sure it fits onto the terrain just properly for yourself. And then, as you see, yeah, let's just see how this works here. These might need to be rotated a little bit, but if we just go ahead and hit regenerate cables, first thing we need to do is add our parent object, the ski lift, into this field and just hit regenerate cables, hit OK. As you see, it just moved all of our cables and chairs right along the new path of how you decided to define where the towers are. It's going to go exactly along where the wheels are on the towers. And so if you change the rotation, it's going to change a little bit of spacing of the cables and everything else. But a little bit gives you some customization on how you want to define it. Other than that, there's a few other things. The one important thing I kind of forgot on how to make sure your objects are working properly on this is first on your chair. As you see here, I have what's called an attach point. So whatever is the highest point where you want to attach to the cable, just make sure that's a child object of your chair model. For the towers here, as you see, this is wheel 0 is going to be the first uphill wheel. The next uphill wheel is going to be the next even number, which is number 2, and the next uphill wheel is going to be number 4. For the downhill wheels, it goes reverse order and descending. So number 5 is going to be the first downhill wheel. Number 3 would be the next downhill wheel, and number 1 would be the next downhill wheel, or the last downhill wheel. Is how all that works. For the terminals, it pretty much just requires you to have a simple terminal which just has a wheel 0 object, and that's what it's defining to put the cable around for the wheel on that. It could probably be updated to have more wheels if you want down here, but I just decided a very basic single wheel for the terminal. But yeah, just wanted to give that quick update on making sure you are naming your models properly so that the cable is properly aligned for it. Even numbers uphill ascending, downhill wheels descending, or odd numbers. Very simple to do. Let me think for just a quick second. For the animation, what we need to do is for the ski lift object, we just take our ski lift controller, drag it onto the ski lift, and we go to the inspector field. You'll see it has a new script here. We could have always gone to add component and just typed in ski lift controller and it would have added it for you. And this would allow us to do all the animation. So we just set the cable speed to like 30 here. Let's set the wheel radius to 1. That will change the speed of how fast all the wheels are churning on your objects. And then we got cable renderer. That's going to be the cable object that had generated. And the chair's parent is just going to be the whole ski lift object that it generated. And then as you see, I've already created a camera here, so it's all up to date and showing you a little bit where things are looking at. If I just go ahead and play, you'll see all these chairs are animating exactly along the chairlift, exactly how you did. All of these chairs, they are just basic. There's no cloth texture to them. They have a mesh collider, so you can go ahead and try to jump on and ride them. I will say it's very tough unless your speed is extremely slow on the cable speed, like maybe 1 or even less, because you're on a bicycle and you have a force wall of a collision kind of forcing and pushing you along a path, and you need to try to control your bike as you do it. So it does work. You can try to build a gondola instead of chairs, and a gondola is a little bit easier for your bike to go up and down the path. But just wanted to give a quick update on how to get this all to work. Let me think if there's anything else. I think I kind of covered everything. How to regenerate the cables. You can always set a material to your cable if you want, change the width of it. Other than that, I don't think I ever use this set start to a view. These kind of could be removed from the script, but just kind of giving a quick update on, yeah. Hope you guys enjoy, and I would love to see some interesting things that people would like to do with this. One option I see is building a whole course that has a bunch of like towers that are at like 50 scale, somewhere at 60 scale, somewhere at 80 scale. And instead of having these chairs here, you have half pipes that are your object, and you just have a bunch of ramps where you're trying to jump up to this level and then jump down to this level and then move to this level, and it's all animated half pipes moving around a whole course. I think it'd be really cool to see someone try to accomplish that. But yeah, here you are. Everything's going to be in my GitHub for all the source code and everything I'm working with. Even my models I'll throw on there. Most of them are open source. I'll include the original that they came from. I'll also include my edits that I did with it. And yeah, thank you for the community members that are wanting to get this going and inspired me to help make it much easier and faster for you guys to make your own chairlift. Hope you guys have a great night. Goodbye.